So, hello Ma'am Malanday. So today we're going to present our assigned lesson, which is the lesson 13, the visual media and information. So we will have the three reporters, which is uh, Ms. Kisay, Ms. Lagas, and Ms. Magsipo. So I hope through this video uh, we already do our we will really do our very best uh, to finish this topic through this video, and we hope that we'll get a good grade for this. So today we'll be discussing about the lesson 13, which is entitled Visual Media and Information. But before we formally go through the topic, we will first identify or give meaning to what really is visual media and information. So, visual media and information are those sources of information in the form of visual representations like infographics, and also it can be abstractions, illustrations, or digital reproductions. And these are the types of visual media that mostly used. We have the photography, the video, the screenshots, the infographics, the data visualization or the charts and graphs that mostly used when teachers are teaching. And we have comic strips or cartoons, the memes, which is the very famous now today, then visual note taking, and etc. And now, we have formally and informally produced visual media. So, what are they? So, visual media produced by formal organizations such as schools, government, and established media publishing outfits are considered formally produced, and other visual media are considered informally produced. So formally produced visual media, these are sa mga schools and governments, which is sa types of media. Again, we have there the infographics, the data visualization, the charts and graphs, which is mostly used sa schools and organizations na mag-present sila. So, sa informally produced visual media, it can be the projects or like requirements sa school, but it also be considered as formally man kay it's related also sa school. And now let's proceed. What is really the purpose of visual information? So, visual information, or the primary purpose of this is to gain attention, create meaning, and to facilitate retention. So, visual media, since visual media is mostly used sa teaching, when presenting some data, no? So, since nala niya mismo visual, it intends us to see kung ano bala. So, it gains attention, of course. Like, for example, if you're inside a class and you're using visual aids like PowerPoints, other educational medias that uses that is visual, no? So it gains attention. Syempre, if arak sa klase and you're a teacher, you need to get the attention of your audiences or your students. And then it creates meaning. It also creates meaning since if you're, for example, arak ka sa sulod sang gallery or museum, there's a lot of paintings, artworks, etc. And it really creates for you, ikaw ang audience, maka-create ka sa meaning if you look at that picture, that painting, or that certain artwork. And facilitate retention. Since I'm a student, for example, if there's a teacher in front and presenting some visual aids, it's more uh, masapos nga pamati and mag-ichindi sa nga lesson if may gina flash sa screen nga examples and etc. And now let's proceed to the visual design elements. So what are they? So the building blocks or basic units in the construction of a visual image. So these elements are considered as important sa visual media. Since without them, visual media is meaningless or something, wala. Visual image is nothing without them. Without these elements, rather. So first is the line. So what is the line? So describes a shape or an outline. So understood. If it's a line, it could be vertical, horizontal, slant, and it could be diagonal or contour line. It could be anything, just line. So shape. We have shape. So usually a geometric area stands out from the space next to or around it, or because of differences in value, color, or texture, and shape may also be organic. So, once nag-grain drawing ka using the lines, you can also create na the shape. So, that's why it tells here that shape may also be organics. Natural lang siya. Maski mag-scratch ka lang that you can really create a different shape using those lines. So, volume. Value are the degree of light and dark in a design, and it is the contrast between black and white and all the tones in between. Value can be used with color as well as black and white, and contrast is the extreme changes between values. So here's a value, no, contrast also some color na black and white. So like in this picture, I don't know if you see it like that. It's like ang aso, kung aso siya nga, for example, kung patsyon mo ang kadila, and then may gagawa siya nga do black and white, that's an example of value. Next, we have the texture. So, the way a surface feels or is perceived to feel. So, mabaka na texture, there's ma-feel mo siya, maski lang tawo mo pa lang siya, visually, you can feel nga ay magarash na siya, ay made of amo na siya, kay amo niya nga texture, ay smooth na siya because of the texture and how it drawn or paint. Yes. Texture can be added to attract or repel interest to a visual element. Visual texture is the illusion of the surface peaks and valleys, resulting in a feeling of smoothness or roughness in objects. So what I have said before, when you said texture, maski sa layo ka or sa lapit ka, once ka makita mo pala ang painting or that certain picture or art or whatsoever, you can really feel just by seeing it, you can feel its roughness or its softness, smoothness. So color. So it's determined by its hue or the name of color, its intensity, the purity of the hue, and the value or the lightness or darkness of a hue. So color and color combination can play a large role in the design. Of course, if wala color or you're just sketching there using pencils, it's boring if wala siya color. So color also one of the elements sang art or sang painting that attracts audiences. So form. We have a figure having volume and thickness. It is an illusion of a three-dimensional object and can be implied with the use of light and shading. Form can be viewed from many angles. So if these forms are, ano siya, it can be 3D, uso subong 3D 4D nga if maski diin ka nga side mo lang to, you can see it nga mo na siya form niya. For example, ang cube na naka 3D na cube. And next, since we've done with the elements, well, first we have the lines, the shape, the texture, the form, what's the other one? The value. So we have color. We have six types of element. So I hope you understand what I tackled about the 6 elements of a visual media and information. Since the visual elements are done, now we're going to proceed to discuss the principles, and it will be discussed by Miss Lagas and Miss Magsi. So now we'll proceed to the next lesson.
Design principles. Consistency of margins, typeface, type style. And color is necessary, especially in slide presentations, documents that are more than one page. So, center of interest. An area that first attracts attention in our compositions. This area is more important when compared to other objects or elements in a composition. This can be by contrast of values, more colors, and placement in the format. Balance. A feeling of visual equality in shape, form, value, color, or etc. Balance can be symmetrical and evenly balanced, or asymmetrical and unevenly balanced. Harmony brings together a composition with similar units. If, for example, your composition was using wavy lines and organic shapes, you would stay with those type of lines and not put in just one geometric shape.
Rhythm, a movement in which some elements recur regularly like a dance. It will have a flow of objects that will seem to be like the beat of a music. Directional movement, a visual flow through the composition. It can be the suggestion of motion in a design as you move from object to object by way of placement and positions. Directional movement can be created with a value pattern. It is with the placement of dark and light areas that you can move your attention through the format. Perspective, created through the arrangement of objects in two-dimensional space to look like they appear in a real life. Perspective is a learned meaning of the relationship between different objects seen in space.